name is CJ Williams. I'm 36 years old. I'm the CEO of Forever Williams Photography, and I'm from Monroe, Louisiana. My family dynamics, early on, I was in a two-parent home situation. My mom and my dad both were in the house, maybe to about, about fourth grade, I want to say. Um, then I think they split up. Yeah, I know they split up for sure. My dad had some things going on. And at that time, I think we were on the south side in AQ, on Lee Avenue, to be exact. Yeah, when that happened, I think we ended up moving to the Jack Hayes area, I believe. You know, my mom was trying to figure it out herself. She had 6 kids she was trying to raise. It was 4 sisters, and then one brother and myself. And you know, we were just trying to survive. The best way we could. Elementary, I think the first couple of years it was all kind of blur. But around that fourth, fifth grade era, I was kind of experiencing, going from having a two-parent home situation to not having a two-parent home situation, trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out where your pops is, not really knowing what's going on as a kid at that age. So I ended up getting into a lot of trouble, stayed, in school suspension, getting, out of school suspension, and I think even my sixth grade year, I ended up flunking my sixth grade year and they had to repeat at Jack Hayes. I flunked in Jack Hayes and then I ended up having to, we ended up moving to Booker T in the new homes. And from there, I ended up going to MLK. Man, my class was the last class at MLK. And from there, it started to look up. It kind of got a little better going from elementary, sixth grade, the second time, going into my second sixth grade year, graduating. I think I ended up kind of get it together. And then ended up going to Carroll Junior High School. I started at Carroll Junior High School. Initially, before we went there, coming out of elementary, we kind of didn't know what to expect. You hear rumors and you hear the picture that they trying to paint about the black schools in Monroe, that is so bad, that is this and that is that. And so I was a little kind of nervous about going at first, but when I went, I actually enjoyed my experience. I met some friends that we're still friends, today, in our older ages. So, I got introduced to track and field, fell in love with that. And so, just being that I became, figured out that I was a pretty good athlete. And I think we just rolled from there from from seventh grade to eighth grade. And, I think that junior high, experience was pretty cool. All right, so from junior high school at Carroll High School, being there, I automatically knew I wanted to be a Bulldog. I was repping the East Side. I just thought, we just thought we knew exactly what was going on. Didn't realize how silly we were then. But, I kind of fell in love with sports. So by me falling in love with sports, that made me overlook not having my pops in the picture, because I kind of had some good coaches that kind of took me under their wings with football. And I ended up playing soccer and basketball a little bit and track and field. And so that kind of carried me through, just helped me, to stay focused throughout the high school career. Had a few, friends, a few girlfriends. Then I ended up beating my high school sweetheart going into my senior year. So that kind of helped me buckle down a little bit more in high school. Got my books back together, kind of graduated with honors and everything. So we kind of shook back from then. So high school experience was pretty good. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I actually felt like I should have played college ball, but because I didn't really have a lot of guidance as a kid, with my parents. My mom was already working, dad wasn't in the picture at the point. I wasn't focused on the necessary requirements to be eligible for athletic scholarship. So I had a partial track scholarship to Grambling, but then I didn't take that. I just thought I can walk on at ULM, which I had a great opportunity because I felt like I, could compete with some of the athletes there. But, I just got on campus and I had some of my other friends from school went there. My girlfriend went there. And we just kind of, it was a good experience, had some people that we were networking with. So I think, the time that I was at ULM, it was a pretty cool experience. I think it worked out for me, partially those 2 years that I was there. Because I didn't have that quote unquote guidance that I needed coming out, I didn't finish. I actually flunked out of school because I wasn't focused on, too much freedom sometimes. You kind of lose track of what you're supposed to be doing. So it was my plan to finish school in music because I am a musician as well. But like I said, that didn't work out. So I ended up flunking out of college at ULM. I was always a techie person. So I used to kind of do church media and stuff, take photos at the church and stuff, and at the school for any little events, anything that was going on. By me being the tech person, I was always responsible for capturing the moments at the events. So one time, I believe the dance team was needing a photographer, and then the principal, Mr. Fremont, he was just like, "Hey, here go your photographer right here." At that point, I didn't even own my own camera. I think I went and got a little point and shoot camera from Target. I was printing from a little printer I had, just trying to make the best. So from then, I started investing in my craft. Started studying late hours, late nights, and it started to become a real thing for me. So I just kind of started looking into it from there. So I guess I would say I think it's almost about 10 years ago now. When I first picked up that camera and started taking it serious, shooting pictures of a middle school dance team. So that's what my kickoff started. Ooh, how many clients I started with? Zero. We keeping it real. Probably after that first shoot of that dance team, it probably took a while. I think I was trying to hustle, just trying to do a couple free shoots. Um, I think initially what it started in me. I think I tried to create a business name. Of course, you try to get T-shirts and everything. And so I created a Facebook page and just kind of just started reaching out to people to see if they needed photos, and do an event here, at a discounted rate. And I don't know, I can't really say, probably maybe two or three over the time of months. It's hard to say, I did a lot of free stuff to just try to get, some exposure, I guess. Getting my first building, it was probably, let me see, I want to say about 2000. If I started in 2012, I think it was about 2014 or 15 before I had, guts enough to go for a building, because I was hearing a lot of, other photographers saying it was a waste of money. People weren't really doing studio shoots. So I just kind of created a little space in my home, trying to make that work. You wouldn't really call it a studio, just call it a space in your home. But it was, I say, about maybe 2014 or 15. Wasn't really a big space. I kind of helped the guy that I went to church with. He was actually doing the construction. We had to build it from the ground up. Well, it was just an open canvas, and we put some walls up. Had an old desk. Bought a little cash register off Facebook. Never used it. Just thought it looked good in the building. Because I was taking either cash or doing, Square with my phone and everything. So it was a little small, I'd say about 10 by 10 space, and it worked. But I go back and look at some of that stuff now. I was like, man, what was I doing? I didn't really understand lighting. I really didn't understand a lot of the things that I was doing. But, I still called the studio, and I had people who believed in it and came and supported. Did I have any prior knowledge of running a business or even manage employees? Absolutely not. Just winging it, just trying to figure it out as we go, through trial and error. I always had one good thing. I always push good customer service, just taking care of people. So even if you did make a mistake, people kind of show you grace because you were always professional with them. And even with the same with people who's working under you, that you're contracting out or anything, just try to make sure you do right by people. If you agree to a certain rate, pay them a certain rate, just do right by people, and your name goes a long way. So no, not really. Just trying to figure it out as we go, day by day. Google, YouTube. Communicating with other people who already have businesses, and just trying to figure it out as you go. So I actually encourage people now, like I actually been investing in my kids to get them to start their businesses early, because I believe in entrepreneurship. Like wholly. And I believe in being your own boss. I know it's not for everybody. Everybody not built that way, but I do encourage people, if you have a gift, if you have a trade, if you have anything that you're good at, that you can provide a service for people, uh, look into maybe starting your own and creating your own, experience atmosphere. You're never too young to do that. I don't care what anybody says. Believe in yourself. You're gonna have doubters. You're gonna have people who don't really believe in, even family members. But that should be your drive and your focus to push forward, push past what they're saying. Let that be your motivation, because that's what I for years I use that for motivation, because sometimes family don't understand your rates. They don't want to pay what you rate. They want to get stuff for free, and you still got bills to pay. You still got equipment to buy. You still got things to manage. But people don't understand that. All they see is the you that they knew a while back, not realizing and respecting you as a business person. So don't judge them by that. Just take that ammo and use it to push forward and to motivate you to be the best you can be, to keep grinding, to have good customer service, to respect people, because word of mouth goes a long way. So you start taking care of people, they're gonna take care of you just off word alone. So I just want to encourage anybody who's thinking about it or has a good thing to do, push forward. You're never too young to do what you need to do. I see the perks and I see the disadvantages of both, of sitting under another experienced photographer. Uh, if you were anything like me, or if you are anything like me, it's kind of, you want to be in control of your own situation. And sometimes you have people that don't have your best interests at heart. They feel threatened by you and don't really want to help you, and just kind of string you along. But then you have some people that will, help you. I never forget this. Early in my photography, I was taking photos and I thought I was killing it. And the guy reached out to me from Dallas. Never forget his name, Tashawn Jackson. He reached out to me one night. I think I might have posted a picture. He said, "Man, can I offer you some advice?" I said, "Yeah, go for it." He said, "Stop shooting weddings." I said, "Huh?" He said, "Because it's horrible." But man, he was just being sincere about, like, you really not doing a good job. And so now I can go back and look at work. I said that really was trash. So sometimes you have people who are genuinely pouring out to you to try to make sure you become better, because they care about the entire industry, making sure it's better. Then you have some people that's only looking out for themselves, that don't really care if you grow or not. So I can see sitting under a photographer, an experienced photographer, if that person is willing to help you grow and not feel threatened by you, being in the market as well. So it's a give and take on both. So if somebody wants to come sit under me, I don't have a problem. I'll be like, "Hey, yeah, come on, let me show you this. I'm gonna make sure you do this and this and that." But still stand on your own feet, get your own clients, and do those type of things. So that's my take on that. So it's a give and take on either one. It just depends on what type of person that you're sitting up under. Balance. How do you juggle? How do I juggle being a businessman and maintaining a healthy family? Uh, I had to learn how to do that because, and maybe 15, 14, 15, 16, I think I may have seen the most clientele that I've seen, to date. I had my rates adjusted a certain way where I was just trying to get as many clients as I could. And with that, I was working a full-time job. I was a full-time musician and running business full-time, working literally 7 days a week. If I wasn't shooting, I was editing. If I wasn't editing, I was having consultations, meeting with clients, working on websites, doing everything. It was just a crazy season. I know at one point, I think I may have had 61 appointments in 1 month, literally just trying to make it work. And what happened, my wife came to me, she said, "Hey, you're going to have to figure it out, because you don't have any time for us." And I'm big on family. I love my wife. I love my kids. And when she told me that, it kind of brought it, yeah, maybe you do need to, try to figure it out, because she definitely understands the business. She understands I had to work, but she also understood that you need to make some time for us. So I had to, start getting some things in place, of like getting an online calendar where people can schedule appointments without even have to contact me, and I just make it available on my website, or set certain hours and certain dates where you can contact me about this, or just figuring out certain days to shoot where you're not being bogged down. I literally had to shut down my Sundays because I was shooting on Sundays as well, and I just had to block off my Sunday. Hey, I'm not shooting on Sundays because this is my family time. You got me Monday through Saturday, but Sundays is reserved for my family. So do not bother me. Don't hit me up. And I wanted people to understand and respect that. So I had to learn to do that in order to keep my family happy. So my family is most important to me. So I chose to dial down on the business, adjust my rates more, so I can get more and do less work and still, accommodate everything. So that's what I did. It was a couple of things that I had to balance out, to figure out, do some research on to see what works best for me. So balance was very crucial in figuring out this thing in business. If I can give my younger self any advice, it's kind of hard to say that because I'm happy with my life now. I feel like if I gave some of the knowledge that I know, I can still give some knowledge. Work on your credit. Don't take that credit card for the T-shirt at the ULM game that messed up your credit for a while because you didn't really understand it. So I will kind of say focus on your credit a little bit sooner. Be smarter in your decisions. Um, just try to make the best of what you have. It's not too much I can say because I'm okay with my life now, so I don't want to change anything because I probably alter what I got now. So, just basically manage your money better, be a better steward, um, take care of your credit, take care of your body. If I can give advice to a business owner and or a photographer, um, first I'm gonna start with the business owner. First, just start, preparing to practice good business practices. Start get you a good system in place, a system that works for you. So at the end of the day, you know what's going on in your business. There's no doubt, what's going on. Get you. It's okay to outsource. Maybe somebody who can help you with your finances, your bookkeeping, all those type of things. You maybe can't afford it right off, but they have programs and softwares in place for that. They got YouTube to do it. Anything, any of the small things. You're not gonna be perfect starting off, but just start applying those small things and principles in place early, and it'll kind of save you some headache when you get further on in your business. Kind of help you with everything. As a photographer, um, get out of auto, learn how to work that camera. Get on YouTube and study that manual. Get out and practice. Get out and shoot. Start not considering yourself the best or people around the area. Study abroad. It's a lot of people that say I do great, but I look at other people that do amazing. I studied people that do some unbelievable work. So don't always measure yourself with local people. Measure yourself with world talent, so that always can keep you humble and always make you grind harder. So get out of manual mode. I mean, get out of auto mode and learn manual mode and learn the camera and learn how to work it, and just go from there. Monroe is always gonna be home. I'm here. I'm a living witness. I'm successful here. Um, this year, August 2022, I'll be 10 years in my business. So, you don't have to be a photographer to be successful. There are many other avenues that you can take to be successful. Monroe is a small community network, but if you take care of the people that you're connected to, they're gonna always make sure that you're taken care of. So just make sure you do right by people because it's a small network. You can your word can either be a good word to people or it can be a bad word. So you want to always make sure your name is good in people's mouth when they're recommending you, or because we living in an age now that social media and reviews and Google reviews and Yelp and all those things can ruin your business. But if you're practicing good habits, taking care of your clients, being professional, just having a great standard about your business or just your personality period, is going to take you a long way. So just being a good person sometimes take you a long way just with connections. Because I've heard a wise man say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So you never know who you're going to run into that would, propel you to your next level in life. Why Monroe? Why not Monroe? It's home. You know, you connected to people here. You know, that kind of helps. Um, it makes it easier when you're reaching out. You know, you kind of get word of mouth quicker. You know, than having to push ads on Facebook and all these other different things. I think it's a community surrounded center area that people you can have some good fun and have good business relationships with people to make your business thrive. So I don't have a problem with here being in Monroe with my business because sometimes if I have to travel, I travel, but I'm coming right back to my home base right here in Monroe, Louisiana. All right, so that's a wrap. Girl, you know that you're the only one that I want. One that I want.